Hey guys, Latonya Davis here to talk to you today. But before I begin, I would like to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. I have 44 subscribers now. I'm looking forward to getting many, many more. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, okay? All right, well, I hope you guys had a great week. I'm really looking forward to a trip I have coming up. I'm going to visit some college friends of mine, and I haven't seen them in a while, so I'm really pumped about seeing them in the next coming weeks. Um, for the 30th video blog, I wanted to talk about two things. One is I wanted to talk about reparations and my thoughts on that. And I also wanted to talk about the last debate, Democratic debate. It was about something that I felt strongly about. Not a real political person, but they talked about something that I was obviously interested in. So I wanted to mention that and talk about that a little bit with you guys. All right. So as far as reparations go, I personally don't feel that I deserve it. As much as it would be nice for anyone to get a check and get paid, however, I don't feel that I deserve it. I feel that my family members, my ancestors in the past deserve it. They deserve to have gotten it during their time. However, I don't feel like I've earned it. And, I'm not, I don't feel like it's something that I should get. And not everybody agrees with that. And that's okay. Everyone has the right to their own opinion, but I don't feel like I deserve it. I didn't do anything to deserve it. However, my ancestors have. Now, I have experienced racism and actually experienced it 3 weeks ago at a CVS, the shopping while black syndrome I had to deal with. And it doesn't feel good. It definitely doesn't feel good. And I continue to experience racism and, it's really unfortunate. However, as a result of things like that, I don't feel like I deserve any money or anything for that. But it does stink, and we hope racism ends or gets better. However, those are just my thoughts on that. Um, so, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know. So, as far as last week's Democratic debate, they were discussing desegregation and busing from lower income schools to better schools. So basically in St. Louis, as a result, that would be busing from the city to St. Louis County. And that is what I endured from fourth grade all the way, and I graduated in high school out in the county. Now, there's definitely a difference between the city schools and the county schools. And so in kindergarten through third grade, if I could compare the two, I mean, a lot of the schools were dilapidated, outdated books, definitely not technology out there. I had a really rough time out there with the teacher. I mean, I got hit by a teacher once, spanked, and it was just, you could tell the difference. I mean, the schools were just not even close to up to par as the county schools were. It's a huge difference, and I feel, and there's some negatives, the getting on the bus for a long time. I mean, my school was 30 minutes away. We had to, ride the bus there and back, which took a very long time. However, there were positives as a result of all of that. For example, I learned a work ethic, learned to wake up early, and I learned discipline that helped me obviously go to college and get the encouragement to go to college, but also, I ended up getting a master's degree. And I was the first in my family, my entire family tree, to get to go to college, let alone get a master's degree. And I definitely attribute that to the desegregation program. So I'm highly huge advocate for the desegregation program because of what it did for me, which is why I'm writing the book on it. So a lot of people feel that it should end because, they think about, long bus rides, but it's so much more than that. It's so much more than that that comes with it. Um, so I noticed also that, as a result of the busing, they were talking about the funding. Schools in the city don't get even close as much funding as the schools in the county. I mean, it's kind of cool. I have the advantage of being a teacher and, well, a student in the desegregation program, and also a teacher that accepts school students in the desegregation program. So I kind of got both perspectives of that, and I got to see the difference. I mean, there's a reason there's an achievement gap, based on the schools and the African American students and Caucasian students. There's a huge achievement gap, and part of the point of the desegregation program is to help that. And I feel obviously that I was helped as a result of that. I mean, I have cousins and friends that went to schools in the city, and they talked about how the conditions are not even close to the ones out in the county. And that's not fair. That's not okay. I actually saw an article on Yahoo, which I'm going to look up here. It talked about desegregation and the lack of funding of the schools in the city. And it says, and though Brown versus Board of Education integrated the nation's schools, today they are more segregated than ever. According to a recent study by the Education Research Group, EdBuild, there is a $23 billion gap in funding between white and non-white school districts of equal size. That's a huge difference. That's a huge difference. That means they're getting more funding for the kids that are going to the county than in the city, which gives them more resources, so the kids can learn more and easier. And that's not okay. It's not equal, and it's supposed to be, and it's not. And that's why it's important that kids continue to be bused out to the county so they can get that equal education that they deserve and that they're supposed to get. And if they do end it, then they need to give, in desegregation, they need to give funding to the schools in the city so they can equal the amount of resources that they have in the county, which I don't see happening. So that is my take on desegregation and reparations. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you don't agree. I really want to know. So please feel free to subscribe to my channel to hear more. And let me know what you think. Give me a comment, like or share it with other people. I love to have that conversation. I love talking about it because I'm obviously passionate about it. I mean, look at the picture I have up here. That's Ruby Bridges getting to school, and she has to use National Guard to get there because there are people throwing tomatoes and yelling at her, a little girl that just wanted to go to first grade. I mean, I look at that and I think about, me going to school, and I just respect her for that. So with that said, guys, have a great day, and I will see you guys next week.